Hello friends, it's Armstrong here from Other Miniatures, and today I'm gonna be continuing with this one. I spent already a couple of hours building some little stuff to fit inside, but let's just get on the table and build some more, because I already have enough to fill about half of it, maybe a bit more. And I'm gonna be using some 3D printed parts, but most of that stuff is scratch build and some trash that I found around the house, and all of that stuff. So yeah, let's just get on the table and start building it. And one more thing, my friends, I wish you all the very best new year. May the odds be always with you. Yeah. Hopefully you're gonna see me tomorrow, but if not, again, Happy New Year to all of you. Take care. So in hope that my camera ain't gonna be jumping like crazy, I lifted it up so you can see that I built a table. I have in here 4 coils that I already have scratch built years ago. A next table that I have a jet engine on. The jet engine is a cap from a needle. In here I have a next piece that is, could be working as some sort of engine part. A next table with a bit of a air freshener nozzle on it. And in here you have again a table with part of a injection set and a Necron weapon. And in here I decided to scratch build a TIG. Yeah, so I just built a square box, added a handle. In here I added some dies, legs and wheels. And we're gonna be scratch building that as well. In here I have next table with somewhat of a jet nozzle, or whatever you can call it, maybe some sort of weapon. A table with paint cans. Yeah, and I have this as well. Those are injection ports from the samurai miniatures that I bought. I have like 3 of them. They could probably work well as a stool. And in here I just used a tube, make a button for it, and it's gonna be working as some sort of a barrel. I actually have 2 of them. In here, this is a tomato puree cup. Just one of those cups that you have to squeeze into the tube to open it. And here, this is a giant scratched build engine. They scratch built for something, and then the project kind of died, and I just have it standing around for years. I just decided to throw it on the floor there. And I have in here some sort of a food container from 1/35 scale. The engine that we built in one of the previous episodes, I'm gonna throw it just on the floor somewhere. I have in here another engine, some exhaust pipes, and these things in here are just the spruce that I cut, to have the bend preserved. They can work as the pipes around the place. And I should have something more in here, or did I left it on the other desk? I'm sorry, my messiness. Yeah, there we go. In here we have a wall panels. I just added some rod pieces that I sliced, and they're just gonna be panels that I'm gonna put on the walls of the building. And one more thing in here, yes, I just took the spruce and I rounded up the tops of them to create a gas bottles, for the gas welding. So I have 5 of them prepared, 3 of them very long, and I have 2 of them somewhere here that are shorter. I might have left them on the other desk. Yes, I did. So I have 2 of them which are much shorter. But why so long, you may think, yeah? Well, usually they are about a human-ish size, so yeah. well, shorter, I would say about 140, 160 centimeters, but still, you know, they usually are quite substantial. So now let's get to building a table. Yeah, let's see how I did it. So what I did to build a table, I just got, I hope that you can see it, I just got the diamond plating and I glue it on top of a thicker plastic card, 1 mil, so it doesn't have the, it doesn't bend so much, yeah, because otherwise it would be just bending. And then I cut about 1.5 centimeter, I would think, long legs for it. Yeah, I do actually have a device for it. Yeah, it's this. It just allows me to repeat cuts of the same length, you know, without any problem. So yeah, and what we are doing now, what we need to, how we need to finish this, just add the legs. And you know, normally I would use a plastic glue and actually let it set for longer, but for the video I'm gonna be using a super glue as it is faster. And you know, when we are working with Gaslands, you don't need to worry about this, how the legs are placed. Yeah, they can be crooked, they can be weird looking, they can be slightly bent, they can be, you know, in any direction really. Yeah, this is you know, built from scrap, so I don't think that the table itself would be, you know, so massively stable. But you know, on the other hand, if it is all built from like metal pieces, it could be welded to the floor, so any issues with it, you know, on the moving vehicle would be mitigated straight away, because it would be just a piece of it. And there we have it, a tiny table. You can see that it actually is quite high. Yeah, but it's a standing table, so it's okay. And I wanted to exaggerate them a little bit. And now I have one of those little things. Yeah, so I want to create a panel for the wall panel. Yeah, and in here, in this pile of crap, I actually have a plastic card discs cut. Yeah, I want them, you know, as a buttons or some sort of dials or whatever. Yeah, maybe even display lights. Yes, I just cut a little bit thicker piece of plastic card. This one is actually 2 mils. Yeah, and oh my goodness, I was doing the cleanup, and the cleanup I misplaced my blade. So now I just grab, you know, one of the circles and place it. I first placed some glue, and now I can just start placing the little discs on top of that. And I think, well, I think that the 3 gonna be enough for this one. And that's how we do the panels, yeah, the wall panels. Then to show the wiring to the wall panels, you can just use this copper wire, and you know, just lead it anywhere, because it is very bendable. You know, you can bend it in any direction. And now let's build the TIG. Yeah, so I just make a box out of plastic card. I just use one of those squares that I have, and then from a rod I just bended the handle. Yeah, so the handle goes roughly like that. Yeah. And you know, I'm gonna glue it with the plastic glue, because I know that this one actually have time to dry and is holding without needing a support. So I'm just giving it like this. And then for the wheels, I'm just using small discs that I have there, not the smallest ones. I have a bigger one, how you can see in here, it's about 3-4 mils, and just, you know, make the half of it stick out, and do exactly the same on the other side. And you may wonder why I'm wearing one glove. Well, I was priming stuff, and usually after I prime, my fingers looks disastrous, so today, for a change, since I have plenty of gloves at home, I decided to wear gloves. So there we have it, that we have the wheels. And now I'm just going to use the plastic glue again on the front of it, and in here I want to put a couple of dials. So I have the circles, you know, I want to have 1 and 2 on this side, and I have 3 smaller ones left, so I'm going to use those smaller ones on the other side. So 1, 2, and this is actually a hex rod, not a circle, but that's still fine. 3, and that's pretty much it. The only little detail that is left to do is to throw some legs on it on the front. So I'm just grabbing a piece of a hex rod. I cut like 2 slices of it. Yeah, and again, I don't want to wait too long, so I'm just gonna grab my super glue, and on the front of it I'm just gonna place, come on, is there still something inside? Alright, no super glue then, plastic glue. So I'm just gonna use some plastic glue. I just ran out of this, you know, stick of super glue, so whatever. So come on, I just putting this flat, you know, in here, 1 and 2, and I have legs, and that's how I created my TIG. Yeah, I know it should have wiring and everything, but you know, for something made in a couple of minutes, it's a brilliant little piece. Now we need to bring the room back and start building it up again. So just grab a new super glue, because we all know that I already painted it, so this place gonna be a bit harder to glue stuff, you know, that isn't super glue. And you know, it's only gonna be holding on the paint, so yeah. So I have this piece, yeah, and I just think about having a piece of a pipe going on top here. Yeah, and I'm not thinking about much of a problem with that. It's gonna be easy to do. And this is again just a piece of accessory sprue that I just cut to have these 2 nice bends. So one side, oh come on, and here we go. So I added some pipe in here. Now I have the other pipes that I have prepared. So I have this one and this one. I think that I can just place them in some corner, just to add some visual interest later on. So let's say in here 1 and the other one on top of it. Let's move out. I don't think that it's gonna be necessary for me to put the glue on the pipe itself. Oh my goodness, this doesn't hold yet. See, that's the problem when you start assembling stuff earlier than you are actually planning to work with it. Because it was assembled too soon, it doesn't want to stick together too well. It's completely my fault, because I just wanted to, you know, throw the video out yesterday instead of waiting longer. But since it is called Gaslands Daily, I try to post it really daily. And the second pipe is on top of the other. Come on. There we go. There we have nice, you know, visual interest added to the surface. Now let's just grab one of the boxes, and I left a extra flat space in here, yeah, because I was actually planning to put one of those boxes in here. So let's just do a little bit of super glue and put one of those boxes. Yeah, this is gonna give some, again, visual interest on this side. Now the small boxes that we just assembled, I'm gonna put it by the door on the inside. And believe me, this isn't really planned. I just, you know, going with my guts here. Next one, just on the other side. I have this bigger one. And then this fourth one, I just want to maybe put it in here in the middle. So there we have it. 4 different boxes added. And this still doesn't hold. Okay, that's lovely. Alright, I'm gonna just go fix it up. Then I'm gonna paint everything that I have prepared for the tables black. And I'm gonna come back with the paint job. So most of the stuff is already dry. Now I want to dry brush it, but I'm not dry brushing with the same metallic color that I did previously. I'm dry brushing with something brighter because I want all of the elements, you know, to be sticking out, and it is not really a dry brush, it is more of a heavy over brush. So how you can see, I want this to be, you know, shiny-ish, like they took it out of the wrecked vehicles or maybe even built something themselves. Yeah, and like one of the things that I placed in here is this kind of futuristic engine, but you know, from the distance it can look like a lathe. So hopefully this is gonna be cheating people's eyes. And so we have the big engine dry brushed, and you know, this is the usual thing that I do with all of the metallic parts, and I won't be adding too much details to that because this video already took me 6 hours today. I know it doesn't seem like it, it's been only about 15 minutes so far, but yeah, creating all of those little details, you know, take much more time than expected. And you know, to expedite process, like I said, or maybe I didn't say, I just painted everything within the building itself. I painted the pipes yellow, and I painted the, what do you call them now? And I paint all of the panels metallic. Like I said, just to expedite the process. Yeah. No, the tables. But you know, this is very simple at the end of the day. Just time consuming. Like I had an option to 3D print everything, but again, not everybody have a 3D printer, yeah? So it's kind of cheating, yeah? And I would rather, you know, show people, you know, how they can build pretty much everything in stuff like that without 3D printing. And you know, I love 3D printing. It is probably one of my favorite tools right now for everything. But again, if you can avoid it, you don't have to use it. Alright, so I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna finish the dry brushing of everything. I'll be right back. Now I have pretty much everything painted, but there are a few things that I want to repaint. Like these barrels, I want them to be yellow. So I have yellow color prepared over here. And I know that this is gonna be a nightmare, and you know how I like yellow color, but it doesn't work for me ever. Yeah, it just, you know, if I probably use better undercut, it would be much easier. But I use black, which I could probably use a bleach bone to cover it, yeah, it would be definitely better. But they're gonna still work as a, you know, dirty barrels standing in here, yeah. And now this is cleaned. Next color, I need some red. Why I want red? Oh my god. I need some other red because this one is too thin right now. Okay, this one's gonna be better. Yeah, I did a mistake. While working with this red, I did thin it too much at some stage. I want the TIG to be red, because I mostly seen them in the real life being red. So, yeah. So 1. Where is the number 2 now? Oh, okay, next to it. In Poland you call it migomat. Alright, and now all of the little wires in here, if I can just give them a red treatment without destroying the engine too much. Alright, that's pretty much it. I have one more thing that I want to do. It is, oh, there it is. It's the paint table. Yeah, so I want to color the paint, and you know, since these are paint cans, I want to have them a little bit dirty with the paint. Now you can see how I added red in here. Now I want yellow. Yeah, so just stab yellow here, and again just a drip on the side of the can. That's enough for now. And I have as well green that I prepared. It's a goblin green, so it is nice color, and this one is almost full, so it can overflow on each side pretty much. They want a little bit on the table. Now that's it for the painting step. Now the step that I dread the most, yeah, and this isn't finished, yeah. I still need to make a hoist. I was looking, I was shown some pictures on the Facebook, and sorry mate, I forgot your nick right now, but you know, one of our friends showed me my friends right now show me the pictures of the garage, and they have this, you know, shelves which they put the wheels on. So I want to actually do exactly that. I want to have shelves, you know, with wheels on. But now let's just start gluing this all in place. So I have this giant engine, and I just gotta put it into the corner. Yeah, it's gonna be its new resting spot. And I have this, yeah, so just 2 dabs of glue. Well, 4 dabs of glue. Yeah, I'm great at math right now. Oh. Okay, maybe this is gonna be better. And just glue it on the edge. I want the hoist to be, you know, just a triangles standing here and some sort of a beam. Yeah, sorry, I just needed to check. Can you actually see what I'm doing? And now the paints. Where do I want to put the paints on? You know, they are the most interesting because of the colors that they have. So let's just throw them in here. Next jet engine piece. And I can actually put it like that, you know, just standing kind of awkwardly, creating this kind of corner table. And you know, I'm trying to keep everything in the in the view, so sorry if I'm moving everything too much. The other engine, I just want to put it around the hole, so it's look like it is being prepared to being hoisted into the hole where they're gonna install it. And now this thing next to the door is a jet turbine that maybe one day someone gonna be using. This I'm gonna have to attach this next to the wall, and like that. It is gonna be my lathe looking item. And I have this smaller, and I was thinking the small table I was actually thinking to put next to the table, and then I forgot about this next to the door, I mean. Okay, next giant engine. No good place, so just gonna smack it here. And now this thing, see those pegs that are left from the samurai warriors, I just gonna glue it next to the table, which is gonna make a nice looking chair. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. And I have only two more tables. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Is that all? Okay, I have 3 tables. I have 4. Yeah, that's right. I had 7. Wow! When you start gluing them, you know, into the spot, they start disappearing very fast. So I'm just gonna put one in here, you know, on the edge. I'm assuming that I'm gonna add something around it maybe later on, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but still I have plenty of little parts that I want to stock into the corner, so I don't want to have this corner being filled up completely. So just one table in here. I don't know if you can see it. That does look like they are working on some sort of weaponry. And one more just in here. Now I have more chairs, so I can glue this one in here, and that one, well, nobody would be sitting at lathe, so maybe at the gun station fixing stuff. That's okay. And now, like I said, I prepared probably way too many pieces, but who cares? It's gonna be crowded. So we're gonna have one TIG in here. Oh, I didn't actually prepare the gas bottles. Well, we're gonna do it in the next video. I still have them done. And the next one, just like this in here. That's okay. It creates a lot of mess, but that's fine. And now, you know, let's start doing the somewhat of a junk pile in the corner. Which is, you know, I'm gluing this where I think it should be, you know. And since I'm working on jet engines in here, that's gonna be next jet engine part. This is a gun, so I'm gonna just attach it here on the wall. The exhaust pipes just on the floor. And now these are the jet cones, I guess, next to here. And I know they look very monochrome. It's only, what, 2 colors really, but it's gonna start looking more colorful at some stage, I hope. Yeah, so I have the barrels in here. Oh, come on, stand better. And the last exhaust pipe piece with a broken exhaust pipe. Just gotta stock it on top of this. Okay, so like I said, I forgot about the gas bottles that I wanted to put. But how you can see, it's a nice looking busy area right now. Yeah, so let's just let it dry and throw it on the spin table and see how it looks by itself. And here it is, the workshop almost done. I just added those splashes of colors next to the painting station, as I think that, you know, there would be some accidents, you know, with those cans just standing on the moving rig, and, you know, they would be spilling paint all over the place. So you can see how there is, you know, some splashes on the wall, some splashes on the floor. But yeah, I think that it is as far done as I'm gonna do it today. So I hope that you like it. If you like, please rate, comment, subscribe and share with everyone. And I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna be able to make video tomorrow. I'm gonna try my best, but I do not promise anything. So yeah, that's it for today. So everybody have a lovely day and take care.